11 underrated editing tips to save you hours in Davinci Resolve using the free version. If you've just shot a great video but your audio is separated, manually lining up waveforms takes forever. Instead, select both your video and audio clips in the media pool. Right-click and choose Auto Sync Audio. Then you get two options, either sync by time code or by waveform. The easiest is to choose sync by waveform. Resolve uses the audio peaks in your audio to automatically align the clips. You'll save a ton of time on this, especially with longer videos or projects with lots of takes, and then you can add them into the timeline. And what's great is that you do not need any external plugins for this. It's built right into the free version of Davinci Resolve. Now let's talk about getting rid of gaps in your timeline. You've probably deleted a clip and then had to manually drag everything over to close the gap, right? Well, there's a much faster way of doing this with Ripple Delete. Ripple Delete is a shortcut to maintain a clean timeline. After you delete a clip, instead of dragging the remaining clips over to fill the gap, just use the Ripple Delete function. You can do this by pressing T on your keyboard or go to the timeline buttons and choose Trim Edit Mode. Then go to the end of the clip and start dragging the mouse until you want to stop deleting the clip. Above the video, you can see how many seconds you are deleting. What it does is close the gap instantly, making the rest of the timeline ripple back together. This is especially useful when you're making a lot of cuts because it keeps your timeline from getting cluttered with empty spaces. When you've loaded up your timeline with effects, color grades, or transitions, playback can stutter, making it difficult to work efficiently. Go to Playback menu at the top of the software and choose Playback, then select Render Cache and click Smart. Davinci Resolve will automatically cache sections of your timeline that require extra processing power, giving you smooth playback. This is crucial when working with 4K footage or projects with complex effects. No more waiting for the timeline to catch up. This saves you a ton of frustration and keeps your editing flow uninterrupted. Or you can optimize your media. When working with high-resolution footage or raw files, playback and editing can feel painfully slow, but Davinci Resolve offers an easy fix. Optimize media. Right-click on your clips in the media pool. Choose Generate Optimized Media, and Davinci will create low-resolution proxy versions of your clips that are much easier to edit. You can toggle back to the original media at any time for final rendering. Optimizing your media helps you avoid unnecessary delays and frustration during the editing process. It makes working with heavy files smoother and faster, giving you a more responsive timeline. Learning the most frequently used shortcuts is one of the fastest ways to improve your editing speed. Instead of navigating through menus or clicking around, shortcuts keep you in the flow of editing by letting you jump between actions with a quick key press. The Blade tool. You'll use the Blade tool constantly to cut and trim clips, and pressing B saves time compared to clicking the tool icon each time. The Select tool. Quickly go back to the default tool to move clips around by pressing A on your keyboard. The Trim mode. It's great for adjusting start and end points directly on the timeline without needing to use multiple tools. Press T on your keyboard. To start the video, you can use the /, and then by pressing Shift and S, you turn your audio scrubbing on or off. Now to Ripple Delete the clip, hold down Shift and press Delete. If I would have just deleted the clip, I would get a gap here. Then let's do a Shuffle Insert Edit. Hold down Shift and Command or Control, and then use the comma and period key in order to move the clips backwards or forwards through the timeline. When you have a personalized workspace, everything you need is right where you want it. This minimizes the time spent rearranging panels or finding tools. Go to Workspace, then click on Layout Presets and select Save Layout As to create a custom workspace. Adjust the size and position of the panels and save it for instant access. If you don't use certain panels frequently, like the media pool panel, you can hide them to reduce the clutter. Arrange your preview, timeline, and effects windows so they're exactly where your eyes naturally fall. This reduces mental and physical fatigue over long editing sessions. Markers help you break down your project into manageable chunks and quickly find specific moments, saving you time from scrubbing through the footage. Press M to add a marker at your current playhead position. This is ideal for noting specific moments, like the start of a scene or a point where you want to add an effect. On the top of the timeline, you have the marker button. If you click on it, you can change the color for the next markers, so you can distinguish between different types of notes. For example, use green for audio cues and blue for visual. Markers show up on the timeline as dots or lines, so you can quickly click on any marker to jump to that spot instead of searching manually. Smart bins automatically organize your footage based on criteria you set, which is incredibly useful for larger projects. You can find and access specific types of clips without manually sorting or searching. If you go to the media pool, you can find some automatic smart bins already created for you, such as for timelines or for keywords. You can also go to the Preferences menu, choose User, and then click on Editing. There is a category of preferences for automatic smart bins. You can create smart bins for anything with shot, scene, or people metadata, or you can create your own custom smart bin. Go to the File menu, choose New Smart Bin, then you can create your own rules to narrow down the footage inside of that bin, such as keywords do not contain. If you hold down the Option or Alt key and press plus, it turns it into an Options menu, and here you can add more rules. When you first add a clip into Davinci, you can also add specific keywords for each one. Let's go to the Media menu, click on a clip, then go to Metadata. And here you have a keyboard field that you can fill in. You can also add a description, people, comments, shot, scene, and so much more. Adjustment clips lets you apply effects, grades, or transitions to multiple clips without affecting them individually. It's a time saver for projects that need a uniform look or effect. Drag an adjustment clip from the effects library to your timeline. Stretch it over the clips you want to affect. Apply effects, color adjustments, or transitions to this clip, and they'll impact all clips underneath it. If you later decide to change the effect, you only need to adjust the adjustment clip once. Try out different effects on the adjustment clip to see how they impact your entire sequence, which is much faster than applying them individually to the clip. When working with multiple similar clips, batch editing lets you make uniform adjustments, like audio or scale, in one go instead of adjusting each clip separately. Highlight the clips you want to adjust and select Clip Attributes. You can change volume levels, modify speed, or set an aspect ratio for all selected clips at once. This is ideal for important batches like interviews with similar volume levels, or multiple clips needing the same color correction. Making these changes in bulk ensures consistency across your clips without repetitive manual adjustments. Use the Deliver preset for fast exports. Exporting can be time-consuming, especially if you're unfamiliar with the settings. Presets handle the technical details, ensuring you export in the correct format for your platform. Go to the Deliver page, choose a preset like YouTube or H.264. This adjusts the settings, resolution, bitframe, frame rate to fit the needs of the platform. You can still adjust specific settings and save that configuration as a custom preset. With a preset, you just need to click once to start exporting, saving you time and reducing the chance of errors in your final file. Davinci Resolve lets you assign custom shortcuts to actions you perform frequently. Go to Davinci Resolve menu, select Keyboard Customization. You can assign shortcuts to things you use a lot, like specific effects or a certain playback settings. For instance, if you constantly use color grading, assign it to a single key. You can save your custom shortcuts to speed up future projects. Customizing shortcuts give you direct access to your go-to actions, reducing the need for menu diving and letting you keep your hands on the keyboard. These 11 tips might seem small on their own, but trust me, they make a huge difference when it comes to editing efficiently. Let me know in the comments below which tip is your favorite, or share any other time-saving hacks you have.